me for this important event. My name is Talat Hamdani. I'm mother of Muhammad Salman Hamdani, a cadet who lost his life at the Twin Towers. My question, of course, is for Congressman Yvette Clarke. And the question is, the Arab Americans and the Muslim Americans are targeted and racially and religiously profiled in post-9/11 era. The question is, everything is being done under the Patriot Act, and 3 of those clauses are being renewed this month. What's happening? What is your perspective on that? And the second question is, President Bush had organized and instituted a Civil Liberties Board, which never met. He had assigned seats. I think there are 6 designated seats, and Carol Maloney was one of them, but it had never met during his regime. Now it has been 1 year since President Obama is in the office, and those are vacant seats. So the question is, what is going to happen with the Civil Liberties Board, and when will it start functioning? That is the key to address all this racial profiling that's going on. Thank you so much.
Let me just say to you with regards to the Patriot Act and its reauthorization, there hasn't been a whole lot of conversation about that on the Hill as of yet. It would seem to me that this is when we really need to mobilize. There are many members in Washington, like myself, who want to see a reform of the Patriot Act that removes all of those onerous and very the restriction of our liberties from the Patriot Act, and it will probably be renamed by the time we finish with it, because that Patriot Act was very unpatriotic. I know that I have colleagues who are already drafting new legislation, so there has been that conversation, particularly in the Judiciary Committee with Chairman Conyers. With regards to the Civil Liberties Board, there really hasn't been any conversation about the Civil Liberties Board from the Obama administration to the Congress as of yet. That's something that I will certainly take back with me to Washington and make an inquiry about. Make sure I get back to the leadership here so that you can be brought up to speed with what exactly the status of the board is at this time. I'm not really conscious of that, but I know that we've been looking at ways, particularly in Homeland Security, and working with Secretary Napolitano to address all of the infractions of civil liberties. And I have to tell you, given the fact that our president is an attorney himself, who understands what has taken place over the past 8 years with regards to American civil liberties, I just have a feeling that he's going to want to see a lot of reform away from the practices that we have done in the past to something much more humane that gives much more credibility to our judicial system than what was set up by the previous administration. I think he's demonstrated that in his pushing for the closing of Guantanamo Bay, and I don't think he will stop until it's actually closed. It's not happening as quickly as we would all like, but I don't think that it's something that he's thrown to the side. My experience with President Obama is that once he says what he wants to do, he pursues it until he gets what he wants.